Welcome to At the Table, Temitope. How are you?
Doing good, Fikayo. It's always a pleasure to speak to you, actually. It's always a pleasure.
And it's always a pleasure to speak to you as well. In this podcast today, we are going to be talking about Youniserve, and I am so excited to hear about this venture and what it's going to bring because I truly believe it is going to change the world. So, Temitope, the very first question is, well, could you introduce us to Youniserve and the vision behind its inception?
Youniserve basically is your all-in-one AI-powered solution to enhance the international talent experience. And the whole idea around Youniserve started from um, living the international student experience or the international talent experience. As you know, I was born and raised in Nigeria. At some point, began to desire international exposure. One of the best ways for me to get it was through international education. And so got that admission and then was able to come here to the US to study. And it was when I got here to the US that I began to notice some of the challenges in settling down as an international student, also the challenges that comes with finding internships, the challenges that comes with graduating and not being able to um, get your work visa approved, or not being selected in what we call the H-1B lottery, or not being able to have the right kind of visas to work. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was coming into that experience, living that experience myself. And then I felt there are millions of people, international talent, international students who desired a better lease of life or a better chance at life, like me going through these challenges. And it's something that needs to be solved. And we figured if human beings can actually do this, how much more? Why can't we not utilize machines? I mean, leverage AI in
Mm-hmm.
solving some of the things that humans can do. So basically, in a nutshell, UNICEF is your all-in-one AI-powered platform, enhancing the international talent experience, helping them to transform their journeys from where they currently are in their professional journey to where they hope to be, changing the world, basically.
How does Youniserve facilitate this for its users?
Potential is a phenomenal word and it's also a phenomenal experience. Everyone has a certain level of potential, but you see, opportunity is not evenly distributed. You could have talent everywhere across the world, and based off the kind of talent that you it might be difficult for you to experience the best of those potentials, because the opportunities available in their locale is limited. Now, one other thing I want to talk about real quick is the fact that we focus on international talent, particularly, and we might have a kind of knack for international students, maybe from the African region or maybe from other regions, particularly who are looking forward to having better experiences, better global experiences here in the US or in Canada or in other places that we are still trying to get into. But the whole idea around all this is the fact that we also stumbled across um, a a a a report by UN basically that 1 in 4 people by 2040 or 2050 thereabout is going to be black. And so the question for me that I began to ask myself is, okay, in addition to what we're currently experiencing, I mean, there are many international students like myself. I mean, recently the H1B results came out, many international students doing phenomenally well were not selected in the lottery. Some of them have to go back home. Some of them have to re-enroll in school. Some of them have to even go as far as going to look for love, because they want to be able to stay in a country like the US. So, however, this is a challenge that needs to be solved. in addition to that is the UN report that I just mentioned, that one in four people by 2050 is going to be black, meaning that it's either more black people are getting or I mean copulating with other races, giving birth to much more children, or you are just having more people from Africa move to other parts of the world. And you see, to be able to facilitate that, or to be able to facilitate the move of this talent or the placement of this talent, there needs to be a kind of platform where they have access to the right information, where they have access to the right support, such that they are not stranded in their journey. So basically, we are that support that leverages artificial intelligence, that leverages the kind of partnership, and that leverages the kind of information that are not readily available on the surface for people to make the best of. We are that platform making it available to international talent who are ready to change the world, or who are ready to take their skills to different parts of the world where they are needed. And I must say this. I know this is not part of the question that was asked, but I was recently sitting with a professor, and she was asking me, "What do you think about countries like the US who also have um, people who maybe might be able to do those jobs, or who also might feel who are citizens that are paying taxes, who might feel like their opportunities are being taken by international students and international talent?" And my answer basically was the statistics are there. There's something called the immigration economy, which is the ability for immigrants to unlock um, a new GDP, a new sort of revenue for a country. And so for a country like the United States, we've seen multiple immigrants come up with innovative solutions, create unicorns and all of that. And so one of the things we are going to be paying attention to is to support international students, international talent, that the skills of that have the skills that are needed in this economy, that have the skills that is needed in the countries that they are trying to move to. So basically, it is not going to be a win-lose situation, whereas you bring them here and then they don't have anything to contribute. But it's going to be a win-win situation. They are able to find support to be able to either stay here in the United States, or get the support. I mean, stay here in the United States, or stay in any country they're trying to go to, or be able to navigate and get to the countries they are going to, and also be able to immediately begin to contribute. So that's basically how we intend to unlock what we call global potential.
That is amazing. And it's really inspiring that you've seen a gap or a problem and you're willing to stand in the middle of it. And I think that is the point, that it is a problem. It's something that is an issue that is amongst international students that isn't talked about and isn't being handled directly. And it's really great to see that you are doing this. Could you elaborate on how AI-powered solutions drive career growth and mobility on your platform?
Yeah, so basically, many times when we get the opportunity to pitch to investors, I normally start by talking for example, meet Lola, who is an ambitious international student from Nigeria. Lola faces a whole lot of challenges, right? From the stress of finding affordable accommodation, to insurance, to financial services, to navigating, to having the right access to immigration pathways, to navigating the myriads of job opportunities that are still constrained by visa limitations. So this is basically the experience of an international talent, or either the person is in Nigeria trying to come here, or the person is here and trying to figure out a lot of things. So what will our platform basically use AI to do? Number one, in terms of searching for jobs, right? Our platform allows you to create the right profile. When you give in the right information, it helps you create the right profile, and it helps you to search for jobs based on that profile, and helps you to automatically apply to the kind of jobs that meet your profile. At the same time, when you are able to make certain suggestions, or make certain preferences, or click certain preferences on the platform, our platform is able to recommend certain professional development courses you can begin to take to improve your profile, right? It recommends them on our platform. And this is one of the partnerships that we'll be looking forward to having, professional certification, professional trainings that will enhance the possibility or enhance the user of our platform's potential or call it possibility still in the job market. One of the things that it does is that it helps you to leverage AI to be able to search for accommodation at the same time. You might not need much of AI to search for accommodation, but when you leverage our platform, you are able to find um, accommodation that we might not even have affiliations with, which are listed across other platforms in on the internet. So it gives you the best recommendations for that. So you can decide to either use our platform to get that done, or you can, that's maybe people that are listed on our platform, or you can use our platform to find the best of opportunities across a particular locale and all of that. Again, one of the things that our platform is going to be helping you to do, you are going to be leveraging AI to be able to, sort out financial services and all of that. And finally, is also going to be helping you to access visa pathways. So basically, if you know how recommendation system works, being able to find out based off your profile that you've built, you are able to also identify where you are in your visa journey, if you actually be needing one, or if you actually qualify for certain types of visas. And again, we are planning that our platform is going to help you to be able to write certain petitions. If you heard about the EB to NIW or the O1 visa or the EB1 visa, which is for extraordinary talent, our platform is going to be able to allow you create your own petition on it. So this is the way we intend to leverage AI to be able to enhance talent mobility or solve a problem for an international talent or an international student who is trying to navigate the multitude of problems that international students face, especially either during school or after school.
You have listed off a plethora of resources that Youniserve will offer. Do you have any specific ones that you want to elaborate on or to say now, like clearly, so that the listeners can understand exactly what Youniserve is going to do for them?
Yeah, so I believe I already alluded to that already. I'm going to just take a few of these issues and maybe elaborate a bit. So let's take the visa pathways component, for example. So imagine you didn't get selected in your H1B, and maybe you also don't have um, access to uh, maybe the STEM OPT. So even if you had access to it and you find out that there not so much of an opportunity for you to stay again, possibly maybe you are out of the job and you have like 2 months, like 60 days, like USCIS gives you to leave the country. How do you figure that out? So because of the timing and all of that, you can come on our platform and begin to understand how do these visa type work. Okay, I have an H1B now. If my company is not filing a green card for me, how do I navigate that? If you come on our platform asks you a few questions. And based on the questions the answers that you provide, it recommends to you the type of visa that you can begin to pursue. And then it allows you to be able to work utilize AI to write your petition and then even submit your petition yourself. For a green card or for any of these type of visas. Also, we will be providing a system whereas you can consult with our legal personnel who are skilled immigration lawyers. So if you need to clarify a thing or two, in addition to what our AI platform is able to make available to you, they are able to provide that information to you so that you can get the best of outcomes when it comes to navigating the visa ecosystem. Also, in terms of searching the internet for job opportunities, we believe this is even very much needed at this time, right? We have we have all come to a point where AI can do almost anything. I was talking to someone today that normally if I needed to generate a video for a program or for an event, I would literally have to pay someone to get that done for me. But today I did it for free using an app, right? And I generated that and I put it on the website. So the same way we've come to a point whereby AI should be able to help you score the internet for jobs that match your profile, and then I'll help you apply to them automatically, right? Creating the right cover letter for you, also creating the right resume that matches those job openings based off the information it captures on those job sites, as well as based off the information that is captured on your profile. Additionally, you should be able to recommend to you what are the areas you need to begin to work on if this is your goal in the next couple of months or in the next couple of years. These are the themes, these are the certifications. It recommends that to you that you can begin to take so that you can possibly, maybe, for example, you're looking forward to be an AI engineer, or you're looking forward to being a social justice advocate, or anything like that. AI is going to be continuously improving to be able to provide recommendations to you. One other aspect is the financial services. As we speak, we're having conversations to see how international students can have access to the right kind of insurance. International students can be able to find the kind of support that they need, either to settle down or either to purchase something that will require a kind of credit score they have. Most of this information is usually available. Or maybe you want to start a business or do something. You usually have to maybe ask a lot of questions, or you need to know one person that has done it before. On our platform, you should be able to easily just read about it and get it done. Or maybe, and this is also something that we might be exploring. And I mean, we are still in that phase where we are um, figuring out product market fit. Actually, we are thinking of exploring areas that allows international students or students who intend to study internationally to access the right kind of loans, right, at the right rate, such that they can be even able to pay for their fees when they secure an admission and all of that. So this basically is what we intend to be able to figure out, or get solved when you use our platform. I hope I've been able to do justice to that question.
More than justice. You explained it perfectly, and it's really important to me that you do explain it in depth like this, because this isn't the average listener. This is someone who is looking at Youniserve to potentially change their life. So it is important that you give as much detail as possible. And you talked about it already, but networking is crucial. How does Youniserve plan to connect the users with global opportunities and industry leaders?
Well, I think one of the major things we're going to be doing is having information sessions, right? Providing some of these opportunities on our platform, while also creating avenues for interactions with industry leaders, actually, or for networking at the same time, either through interactive sessions or through our own activations on some of the campuses around. So, and we believe if we're able to bring people together in that way, people can easily foster relationships by being in environments where this happens. And that thing we intend to do is to build our community. We don't know what that platform is going to be able to build an online community, but we are currently working on figuring how that works. I think if you study some of the best of the products today, there's usually a community around that product. And the international talent community is something that already exists. But again, for us as a service provider in that space, we must be able to figure out how best to to um to engage our community, or to curate our community, or to to meet with our community, or to foster our community at the same time. So this is something we are still figuring out on the way, but um a couple of people have said, why don't you add a social media feature to it? We don't know if that's what is going to happen eventually, but we are figuring how we can create that community-like presence around it. But for sure, you would see some of our interactive sessions, our webinars, where people can send in their messages and ask questions, and then meet with industry leaders or meet with people that are doing phenomenal stuff within some of these areas that we deal with, or that are of importance to international talent. Talk about maybe how to access financial services, or how to navigate the visa experience, or even how to be much more ready or positioned for a job opportunity. So a couple of all these interactive sessions, webinars, and even on-site programs, these are things that we're going to.
Now, I'm going to take the question and change it just a little bit, or how will Youniserve help students who are international currently and looking to be able to study abroad?
Thank you. I mean, that's a phenomenal question. The truth of the matter is, I mentioned one of the things we are hoping to be able to figure out quickly is our product market fit. We've launched our wait list, and up to today we are still having people come up onto our wait list. We've been having conversations with mentors and different accelerators that we've been a part of. But one thing for sure we need to do is to be able to even launch first of all, and see the responses of people. But to speak to that question quickly is the fact that we are currently still understanding that market. International students, the issues they have with visa officers and all of that. And then we believe one of the best ways to solve this is, first of all, to provide information. How can you um, reach out to a school and secure admission without having to pay an admission officer? I mean, when I mean admission officer, I'm talking about these facilities, or this people that are actually charge people a high amount of money to secure admission in some of these schools. I mean, you can secure an admission by yourself. You can message a professor and tell him that you're interested in what you're doing, and they could give you and tell you out about how you should go about your application, and even give you funding. There are multiple ways about it. These are the information we'll be providing for free on our platform. Secondly, we are going to be making partnerships, or I mean, creating partnerships very soon with some loan agencies or some banks that can offer loans to people who are intending to study abroad. And then, I mean, this is something we are still working around. And possibly when you've been able to secure a phenomenal job opportunity, you can begin to pay back. Right. So these are things that we're looking at. And then it would be collateral that wouldn't be burdensome on you, right? So that we can be sure that get here to the US, you can, or maybe to Canada, or whatever school you want to go to around the world, you can be able to fulfill the your promise in terms of being able to pay back the loan. So this is the way we are looking at being able to solve the international student problem. I mean, those that are trying to come over for international study and might not have the means or might lack the information. These are the ways we are looking at tackling that problem.
But what you are doing is truly remarkable. Thank you. Now, we are at our last question, and it is, well, for those who are interested in joining the Youniserve community, what does the onboarding process look like, and what can they expect once they become a member?
So for a start, you could go on to www.youniserve.com.
Could you say that slower,
Then,
please?
oh, sorry, www.unis.
It will also be in the description below, but I just wanted to make sure they could hear it well.
Yeah, so go on to that to our platform and join our wait list. That way we have your information. And basically, we are collecting your email address, and we continuously give you updates about what we're doing, right? So that's one of the best ways for you to join our community. In the coming weeks, you'll be getting updates, newsletters about the things that we're, and the promises that exist for you when you're able to engage the Youniserve platform. Did I answer your question?
That did. So what I heard was they should go to www.youniserve.com and join the wait list. And from the wait list, they will be consistently updated on what is happening with Youniserve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
answered it perfectly.
Mhm.
Okay. Temitope, we are done. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Again, if you are looking for anything and everything concerning Youniserve, I will make sure that the caption below has everything you need to be able to find Temitope and also be able to access Youniserve. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Fikayo, again. I mean, you're doing an amazing job, and this is needed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.